Thank you for joining me in this secure code session. We're going to talk about Docker security and how you can scan your images to protect them from vulnerabilities. So if your development environment is a containerized architecture, this is the session for you. And if you are new to containerization, I'm going to be giving you a overview, a introduction into Docker container security. So, I'm going to talk about why is it important as a developer to have a container security setup. I'm also going to talk about an easy way, an easy solution that you can use that will make it easy to scan your environments to see what the vulnerabilities are and how to finish and fix and mitigate those risks. So we're going to talk about that today. If you want to learn more about this session and how we can help you with understanding container security, we've provided a blog post, a tutorial that walks you through the how-to, the step-by-step instructions, and so you can see that in the chat below. Well, let's jump right in. Here's the blog, beautiful blog. We provide one every time we get on here and we talk about code security. It's just a great resource for you to use or you to share with another developer in your network. You go to resources.hackware.com and you can see all of our tutorials. But this one in particular is fun. Like, I really had a great time preparing for this session with the help of Mike. But it's really, really cool. We're talking about Docker containers, and Docker containers are an easy way to deploy your code out and to ensure that when you're deploying your code out to various destinations that it is consistent across the board. So we love Docker containers here at Hackware. And when you think about why do I need to learn about container security, well, this is another area where hackers can exploit a vulnerability in your container to get access to your private data, to your customer data. And what is interesting about that is it's almost a viral effect. So if you are deploying containers out and you have an automated solution where it's deploying different nodes out and you have containers going to handle your bandwidth or your load, now you have across all of your infrastructure a vulnerability that could be exploited across the board. So we're going to talk to you today about a great application security method that you can do to protect yourself. Oftentimes as developers, we don't have a security mindset. DevOps engineers, security engineers, they do this on a daily basis. But as software engineers, we're really focused on building software and building it fast and making it optimized and perform well. Well, with this tutorial, I'm going to show you how easy it is as a developer to scan your containers to make sure that they are less vulnerable, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to patch them. So in this tutorial, we're going to walk through the step of showing you the process of a container that has a vulnerability in it, and then we're going to end with showing you how we fix it and how easy it is where you know how to fix your vulnerable containers. All right, so let's jump right in to our environment. I have, just to show you, we have a sample container that we have hosted on GitLab, and we've provided a link in the documentation. Here it shows you, this is a great way just to test the scanning capability so you can get familiar with it, and then you can apply it to your own code. All right, so for this example here, I am going to go through the process of scanning this code. So I'm going to take this example here. I have my project here. This project is a simple, it's a simple RESTful application, and it's a Node.js server. It's connecting to the Hackware Security Awareness API, and the goal is to get the number of failed phishing simulations and display that to the user. It's very simple. The dependencies in this code are very minimal, and I'm going to show you. We only have 3 packages that we've installed, and so the scan is really going to scan the base package and the dependencies, and I'm going to show it to you right now. And the scan is going to scan through the node environment. It will scan the dependencies. And what I want to show you here, because that's going to take a little bit of time, is what you're going to expect. So in this document, we talk about the output. It's really cool because it will show you the severity of the vulnerabilities, and it will look at publicly known vulnerabilities, and it will rank them based on the damage it could cause your environment. And it puts them into 3 categories: high, medium, and low. And it also shows you the total number of vulnerabilities. I'm also excited because it makes it super easy for us developers who aren't cybersecurity experts. It tells you what packages to upgrade your container environment so you can mitigate and have less vulnerabilities in your container. So let's see. Whoa. So let's see what we have here. It looks like it's still working, so we're gonna move on. The cool thing about this is it organizes the data based on priority. As I stated before, us developers, we're focused on performance. We have to meet our requirements. We have deadlines. We have to move fast. And when you're moving fast, and I always say, when you're moving fast and you're breaking things, sometimes you forget about cybersecurity. And so oftentimes dev shops have a priority-based approach to mitigating their risk, and they will start with the critical, the hot items. They will start with those first, knock those out, test their code, and then they will add to their roadmap to, go down the list and work through those vulnerabilities. And so I recommend that you really focus on knocking out those criticals and those highs, and then you add to your development strategy how you can mitigate those medium findings. Those low ones, you can get to those, and those are definitely important, but these findings are ranked for a reason, and it's just super important to find ways to reduce your risk. Now, keep doing that. Now, so as you can see, the scan is complete, and as it shows in our documentation, we have 535 vulnerabilities. That is insane. Majority of them are low, but we have 58 that are high. And what I like about this, as I stated before, is I love that this tells me all I need to do is upgrade my base image, and I will reduce my vulnerabilities to 59. I don't have to think. This is super easy. This is a no-brainer. And we're going to go through the process of improving my container. So first things first, I want to I'm going to go into my packages, and I'm just going to upgrade that to the next version. Definitely going to upgrade Express. Just going to bump up that minor version, and then I'm going to move this major version. I also am going to take the recommendation that this scan provided, and this scan is super easy. As I showed you, it's an attribute from Docker, but there's a third party that is running this scan, and so they are the ones that has built this feature. They maintain it, and they have a website where you can go in and create an account, and all of your findings can go online versus here in the command line. So it's a better way to sort of manage it and share it across your teams. But I'm going to take the recommendation here and update my Docker file. I'm going to change this base version from 14, which is what when you go to the Node.js site, they actually say they want, all users are using version 14, but we're going to update to 16, their slim version, and I am going to rerun. I'm going to rebuild this container, and I have an example. I don't like to type. So I'm going to rebuild this container, because if I run the scan again, it's just going to give me the same results because I haven't built the image. And so yeah, all of this scanning is just scanning the image. And so now that I have my new image, and I am going to scan that image, this one's going to be faster because it already told me it's only going to find 59 vulnerabilities. And it's going to prioritize them, as we see here, where it tells me I have 9 high, and then the rest are 41 of them are low. So there's no guessing, but this is really easy to understand. It shows me I have 59 vulnerabilities. It shows me that my high one's first because I'm a priority based developer, so I want to see my highs first. And what's really cool is it tells me that I'm using the most secure version of this base image. I don't have to think about it. This is easy. So we are trying to, with these secure code sessions, give you a frictionless way to understand how to secure your development environment. And this is one of them. And then I wanted to show you now that we've changed the code, we've changed the base image. It's always good practice, as you know, when you are changing a dependency, you want to make sure you do regression tests to make sure that everything is still working. And so we're going to do that. I am going to run this application, and so I've built it. I am going to run it, and let's see, I probably have some help already because I'm going to run this with a name. So I'm going to run it. It's ran, and then the next thing I want to do is I need to pass in some environment variables so this application can work. And then the last step is let's restart this container. And let's do it. So we're going to restart it. All right. Now that the container is running, I can get to it on localhost port 8080. I'm going to refresh it. It's here. It's a super simple application that connects to the Hackware phishing API. And here it can detect that we have connected to the Hackware test application. If I hit submit, it should give me what I'm looking for. So my application is still working. It gives me the failed simulation count. So this fail happened on a PC. It was a link phishing simulation and there's only been one failure. So we're in a good place. Super easy, super simple, where we have scanned our image. We saw some vulnerabilities. We made the recommended changes to improve our base image, and I took it a step further to improve some dependencies. And then I wanted to regression test to make sure that my application is still working now that we're running on a new base version. And it is. Awesome. So this is all that we have today. You can get the blog at resources.hackware.com, and Wilson has put the link to this blog in the chat. And that's all that we have today. I hope that you enjoyed this Docker container security session. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was easy. And I like easy things because as a developer, we're doing so many things. And if you are a developer who has requirements to build a cybersecurity application, build with the Hackware API. We are an AI-powered cybersecurity education platform. You can build your risk assessments, phishing and training solutions in minutes if you go to hackware.com/dev. And that's all that we have this week. You can join us on July the 23rd, where we will be expanding our live stream and incorporating Twitch and YouTube. So we will see how that goes. And if you want to learn more watch our previous code security trainings, you can go to Hackware. You can go to YouTube, search for Hackware, and you'll see all of our video content. We want to hear feedback from you. So if you go to Twitter and you go to Twitter/Hackware1, you will be able to see our page, see our updates, but we also want to hear from you. So give us some feedback on what you want to learn next. And that's all that we have. Spread love. Have a great day.